can happen in just 1 second. Winning goal, winning save, perfect tackle, clever flick, good call from the ref, great shout from the line. The county title, after 30 years, a long way over, in just 1 second. It's a game of seconds. Glorious seconds. Genius in split seconds. By great players. Just 1 second. The difference between a good decision and a bad one. A lost temper, frustrated shout, that gut reaction. We've all done it. And we're never proud. But we can do better. We all can. Sideline, dressing room, meeting room, all places of passion where split-second decisions are made. Good ones, bad ones, some days not so calm ones. It's instinct, we know, because we love it. We just don't think. But we have to. Of others, of our players, of our game. Think before we act.
Take a second, catch your breath. Collect yourself, don't regret. Take a second to make the right call for ladies Gaelic football.
Welcome to Smithborough in the county of Monaghan. There, Rogues Ground, where the former Clonus to Armagh railway line ran straight through the middle, and you'll see away to our left hand side the bridge there just as you come into the ground, and the picture of the train. Now, who'll be railroaded through this one this afternoon? Roscommon and Monaghan for a place in the All-Ireland Intermediate Football Championship quarter-finals. It's one or take all this afternoon. There's one or two scenarios that could come into play. We'll worry about those as we get underway in this one. Delighted to say Niamh Kinlan's with us again today. Niamh, it's do or die really for both sides, isn't it?
Yes, Paddy, we were just talking off air. Yeah, it really is. Obviously, both teams have lost over the last 2 weekends to Wexford, and they've topped the group, and they're straight through into a quarter-final. So yeah, do or die here. And you know, these two teams met back in March in the league in a do or die match as well, Paddy, and it ended up they couldn't be separated as an all square, and on the back of that, Monaghan ended up going through the way other results. Monaghan ended up staying in Division 2, shall I say, and as a result, Roscommon got relegated. So yeah, it is going to be a really tight match again, we expect.
Big setback last year for Monaghan to be relegated into intermediate football, sort of a setback, and it's took them a wee while to get going again, hasn't it? Just to get kicking on again. Yeah,
it has, Paddy. Yeah, it has been. I suppose, you know, with the tradition in Monaghan football, you know, we obviously won a junior championship back in 1992 and been up senior football for all those years. So it probably was something that was coming, and we were staying up with the skin of our teeth for the previous few years, and then it obviously happened last year. So it's very important that this team and this young team, and it is going through a bit of transition, Monaghan, to try and stay in intermediate ranks at least this year.
Well, I think we'll start with the Monaghan team, and a couple of changes confirmed by Hugh Donnelly and Pat McGill earlier on today. Alana O'Donoghue comes into goals in place of Orna Kelly. Orna was part of the squad last week. She was doing exams, so it may have some play on that one. Number 2 is Maeve Monaghan, Jennifer Duffy and Emma Clerkin on the back line, with Shona Brady, Anya Lockman and Reid McNally there at number 7. The midfield pairing of Amy Hamill and Chloe McBride, and up front Rosemary Courtney, Amy Carland, and coming in to replace Keely Murphy is number 18 Jodie McQuillan. Maureen Atkinson, Captain of Fornia at number 13, Leanne Maguire at 14 and Lauren Garland at 15. a lot of new names, but one or two experienced players who have tested their mettle in the National League.
Absolutely, Paddy. Yeah, obviously the name, obviously Muireann Atkins, captain and probably the most experienced player out there. She was just coming into the panel when I was retiring, so she's around and part of the setup a long time. Obviously, the Garland twins and Rosemary Courtney with the club they're from as well. Paddy has a massive experience and obviously playing with the club in the Club All Ireland final just last December.
Massive, of course, and such much success with Donamoyne over the years. In that recent past, certainly they've been the dominant force in Ulster. Looking at the Roscommon side, Helena Cummins in goal, Erin Hagan, Ellen Irwin and Saoirse Wynn at number 4, Judy McDermott, Rachel Fitzmaurice and Niamh Feeney at 7. Midfield pairing of Kiva Gregg and Niamh Fitzgerald in the middle was Aisling Shanaher coming in wearing number 21 for Millie Hagan. Roisin Wynn starts at number 12. And Laura Fleming is captain of Fornia at 11 and Roisin Wynn at 12 with 13 Aisling Hanley, 14 Aoife Gavin and 15 Aisling Feely. So an experienced look there about Ollie Leonard's side as well, but it's a massive occasion as the sides line up here this afternoon and jointly line up as well.
Yeah, Paddy, this I think has got to do with the GPA's decision for unity and equality. So I seen the Kilkenny and Dublin Camogues did it yesterday as well. So this is
a couple of announcements being made as well. Interesting. Players showing a bit of unity together there. Nice touch from them, and they also sit down on the ground as well. Didn't see that yesterday, but there you go.
Yeah, they actually did that too. I think it's also try to sort of delay the start of the game. I think this has been part of their plan. Remember, they did the statement from the GPA said they're going to still continue to play, but it'll be under protest. So this is, I think,
well, it's a good day for you at hand, I suppose that's the thing, is the weather absolutely perfect for this particular encounter, and the breeze blowing as we look out left to right, and conditions are nigh perfect, it has to be said. Pitch is a superb order as well, and if you're interested in Smithborough and their road club, of course, Joe Pat Prunty, the former man who done so many pitches around the country, well, he brought this pitch together, and in his own book he has some photographs of this being the railway track going through the centre. An interesting story, of course. The track bed was straight through the middle of the pitch. Massive occasion for both clubs this afternoon. There was a spot of rain just before this game. Didn't last long, but a couple of minutes, I suppose you could say. It may have made the ground a wee bit slippy, but players, well, they've been out and they've tested it, and it's very much winner take all this afternoon. I see Ellen Irwin away in there at full back. They've got a strap on her hand there in her left hand. The experienced Roscommon full back. Referee this afternoon, Eddie Colbert, and his officials getting ready for this one. And just looking across the panel side, a very limited looking Monaghan squad there, isn't it?
Yeah, Paddy, I was just going to say that also at the start, like when you're talking about experienced players, it is a bit sad to see only 21. Most panels are looking at, like, Roscommon 27. Most panels have 27 to 30 players, and Monaghan unfortunately at the moment only have 21 available, so it is a bit sad to see.
It's been a difficult year perhaps for Monaghan, but they're keen to progress to the latter stages of the All-Ireland series, and they're on the attack here now with Courtney out that right hand side trying to engineer something. Gets a free for a trouble, and we'll try and engineer it out that far side. Pass back to her. We'll go for the shot from distance, perhaps. Lays it back across again, and the opportunity comes in, but it's snuffed out, dropped down short into the hands of Helena Cummins. And certainly it was a scoring opportunity there, Niamh.
Yeah, it was, and I suppose Jodie McQuillan is right-footed, Paddy, and she opted to go onto her, I suppose we shouldn't say weaker, but her maybe not non-dominant left foot there.
Foot for standing on, is that what they say?
And you know, she didn't really get the strike right, and it ended up short now. And it's Roscommon on the attack.
Roscommon indeed on the attack away to her right hand side. It's with Fleming. She lays it back neatly. Nice pass from Fleming into the hands of Fitzsimmons, but it's turned over. A couple of early turnovers in this encounter. And very, very hot conditions, I should have said there. It is a bit cooler than yesterday, but it's still quite hot, and it'll be warm there. And didn't check with Eddie if he was going to have a half-time water break or a mid-term water break, shall we say. But we'll wait and see how that pans out. Monaghan on the offensive now, long ball in, probing ball in, trying to open up a bit of space. The ball breaks out this left-hand side to Atkinson. Atkinson tries to get away from the marker, and referee Colbert awards the free. An opportunity here to get on the scoreboard.
And that was nicely done by Chloe McBride there, Paddy. You know, she knew she was, you know, two Roscommon players round her, and she wasn't going to get the catch clean, and she just tapped it back to Muireann Atkinson, and she was fouled. So it's an opportunity for first blood for Monaghan.
Stepping up to hit this one, and dropped over the bar there by Jodie McQuillan. And it's what you expect really from her, isn't it?
Yeah, she scored five points last week, Paddy, against Wexford, and I think it was 3 from frees. But yeah, very, very accurate in the frees. And of course, she just in this very pitch, as I said, the game in the last met in the league, she scored the point to equalise the game. A very important kick, as it turned out.
Ball goes through the centre. There's going to be very little between these sides as Fleming picks it up once again, lays it off neatly there to Feely. Feely through to Fleming again. There's an opportunity for her. The ball comes across again, and the outside shot comes in, snuffed away. Well defended there by Monaghan. The opportunities arose with two players going through there, Laura Fleming and Feely combining there, but the finished product didn't materialise. It was cleared, and immediately it's back up the park again with Garland. Nice pass, the layoff, takes a return. Driving forward, there's opportunities here for Monaghan if they can get the effort away there. Taking a wee bit too much out of it, but then gets the shot away, and that's the wrong opportunity from her point of view, and a wide that probably could have done without there because the opportunity was there again.
Yeah, and it was such good work in defence. It was Jennifer Duffy got the block there, and it was kind of a counter attack from Monaghan, but maybe it was a wee bit slow and lethargic, and give Roscommon a chance to get bodies back, Paddy. And you know, the shot from Garland was wide.
A weak enough effort, real tussle for possession there. Shauna Brady doing well there to hold off the challenge of Wynn, and does well. Tries to thread the ball up the park. A poor pass, so when there has to be a bit of recovery work done there by the number 6, Anya Lockman. Cross into the middle then to Hamill. Hamill combining there with Courtney. Two experienced players there, driving forward now. That opens up a wee bit again, but passes a bit difficult there for Garland. Still, the pass has been squeezed. Ball has been squeaked out to Atkinson. Back it comes again from distance, and that one goes wide as well. Early opportunities here, Niamh, for both sides.
Yeah, it's right, Paddy. And I was watching on that play of attack. I think it seems like Niamh Feeney, the Roscommon wing back, seems to be playing as a kind of a sweeper role. I'm just not fully sure who the Monaghan sweeper is just yet, or who the Monaghan free player is. But Niamh Feeney, and she's done that very well for Roscommon in the past.
Yeah, Feeney gets the ball out that far side. This is promising from their point of view. She takes the return pass again. She's got players over. She's going to try and go it alone, but it's a very wayward solo there. Much to the disappointment of the supporters around us, and she gets the ball back out again, out to Hamill. Looks up to see his there options on. As we said, winner take all this afternoon inside to Garland. Garland trying to get away from the marker. She's been well tracked back though. Still driving forward. Jinks in, jinks out, and then puts the ball through the centre where it's turned over. A lot of unenforced errors in these early stages at Smithborough in County Monaghan this afternoon. Warm conditions, sunny conditions, bit of a breeze swirling, and it seems to have died again, a bit like last week we had down in Dunleer. The referee indicates it will be a free, and it moves the ball forward for Erin Hagan. Hagan's not going to take it though, I would think not. Indeed, it's left to Laura Fleming, the captain. Opportunities. Einstein Hanley, we're in the scrum cap away to her right hand side looking for it there, but it goes back into the centre again, and it's picked up. The return pass from Fleming now to Hanley. Jinks away, tries to get away from the marker, lays it back. Like that right hand side where the midfielder Greg has come across to try and get away. Goes to ground onto the challenge. Soft enough sort of call perhaps there, Niamh.
Yeah, I suppose I think Lauren Garland was trying to sort of draw the foul and you know, making her seem like she bashed into her all right. But yeah, soft enough, but We can't be too critical of the ref at this early stage yet, Paddy.
Everybody trying to get their way in this one for sure. That's definite. Fitzmaurice drives that one out that far side. It's a very difficult pass there for the late replacement. We're number 21, Aisling Shanaher. And it is going to be a line ball over there in the distance.
There's good vision there, though. I think it was it Laura Fleming? I think
Yeah.
kicked that ball over. Really good vision, and I suppose it really opens it up because it is quite a narrow pitch, so it opens it up.
And just looking there, the space that Greg has through the centre, no one near at all whatsoever. It doesn't come her direction, but she's still there as a loose player. It's picked up by Wynn out that far side. Still work to be done though from her. Jinx inside, gets a shot in now. And that is the ball over the bar. There's quite a good attendance at this one this afternoon, and at sides level here for the first time.
Yeah, a good score, and you're right. It's like Roscommon seem to get in and get their shots away that wee bit easier from Monaghan at the moment. I know that's their first shot, or maybe only the second shot in goal, but they seem to have got that more space.
Just seemed to have a lot more space. Yeah, certainly there was a lot of room there for Kiva Gregg, but didn't come her direction. One pops it over the bar, and it is a free out for Monaghan. There's going to be very little between these sides, you would be assured of that one, as the clouds bubble up around us and the ball goes forward once again to Monaghan, driving forward, trying to open gaps there. Good work there from Clerkin. And Clerkin slips it out this left hand side. The girl in the white boots has it, drops it in, drops it over the bar. Fine score from Chloe McBride.
Great score for Chloe McBride, and that's the very position you want Chloe getting the ball. Paddy, you know, she's a great left foot and a really good, if she's in that kind of scoring range at all and she gets a little bit of space, she's really, really accurate. So a super score from her.
Great bit of motoring as well, it has to be said, from Emma Clerkin to open the gap. This is better. Atkinson does well, tries to thread the pass through, but it's intercepted by Shanaher. And the Roscommon side slip it away out that far side once again. Good work from Judy McDermott to clear her lines out that far side. Roscommon have it back again and trying to just build and try and open things up, but both defences very, very assured as Shanaher takes possession of it once again. Loose enough pass there to Wynn. That's Saoirse Wynn. Out the far side it goes once again to Greg. Greg has the opportunity. Greg hits it wide. Early exchanges here in the All-Ireland Intermediate Football Championship, the final Group 3 game, and the winners of this one, with all the permutations, it'll not matter at the end perhaps, but all the permutations will dictate who goes through to the knockout stages. It's tense, and it will be tense for sure before the end of this one, you'd expect. As Garden goes forward, Amy Garden looks up to see his options on, tries to thread the pass inside, then again to McBride. McBride offloads, it's a wayward enough pass, but still has possession of the ball out that far side. Pass back in again. This is promising. Atkinson from the right. Umpires look, umpires confirm. And Monaghan's worst fears, it has to be said, that it's went wide again.
Yeah, maybe, Paddy, that's the third wide for Monaghan. They need to be putting, like, when they are in seems to be good possession of the ball.
And it is good positions.
Yeah,
they're getting into, there are scoreable positions they're getting into. There's a loose, long ball forward inside there to Hanley. Hanley knows where the scores are. If you can break away here, this could be promising from their point of view. Just a hand pass, it. Intelligent work there from the number 13, Hanley, to pop that one over the bar. 2 points to 1.
Yeah, and you know the danger she is.
2 points to 2, rather, I should say.
Yeah, 2 is. But you know the danger Aisling Hanley is. You know, she's a real turn of pace. Really smart for a young girl, very smart, and took the right option there rather than maybe taking a shot and get blocked down. She's got the point to equalise the game now at this early stage.
Couple of early opportunities for both sides here, just 2 taken by each so far. Out that far side, long ball forward into space where the number 11 Gardens there mopping up the ball once again. So effective she is. Atkinson's made a good run as well and lending a bit of support, but the ball's threaded through the centre, trying to find McBride, knocked away by the defender once again, and both defences have been absolutely superb so far. Hagan in the mix of it there again.
Yeah, been really good, and it's some good work by the Monaghan forwards there too, trying to put the pressure on and turn the ball over. But yeah, both defences at the moment have been on top.
Greg, lovely ball through the centre, picked up there by the number 12, rushing one. Pass out to Hanley, down this right hand side, just to her left foot, and perfectly timed from her. She goes from distance, does Hanley. That's going to drop short though, and no team likes those. just not judging the breeze that's blowing, swirling around, and not judging the trajectory of the ball either. It was picked up on that far side by Rosemary Courtney. Courtney to Atkinson. Atkinson looks up to see as her options on. There's plenty of players moving in front of her there again, but lovely bit of defending in there again, and it's turned over despite the appeals of Rosemary Courtney. It's back with the Roscommon side, and their familiar gold and blue. Pass out this near side's a good one, picked up by Monaghan. Maeve Monaghan it is. Instead then, Garland, Lauren Garland driving at them. 2 coming across her, 3 coming across her. Still as the ball jinks away, gets a touch in. That's a superb bit of defending in there to get the defence out, but the pass is wayward and Monaghan react quickest. Good work there from the number 13 Atkinson to react to that one. Down this near side with Monaghan. Maeve Monaghan, back out it comes. They're just queuing up now for somebody to take that initial score, try and get the ball into a position. Courtney hits it skyward. Gary Owen out that far side as a chase for possession. It isn't going to go out. It's out with the goalkeeper, and she does well to get it out to Feely on that far side. And a great run through the centre there from Erin Hagan. It will go the whole way though to Fleming. Fleming picks it up. That's a lovely clearance. Opens up a wee bit for Fleming. She's pulled back. It will be a free in. But that was a real great passage of play there. But Monaghan should have been better with the ball there, with that, getting the clearance kicked out into their hands and didn't just finish it.
That's it. It was a real loss of possession, to be honest, Paddy. The ball, they ended up the shot. I don't know if you call it a shot. Was the ball given away? In fairness to Roscommon, they're getting bodies back and they're getting really difficult for Monaghan to get a shot off and putting that pressure on them. I think it was Lauren Garland was a bit unhappy with the referee because she had the advantage. She did get on, maybe should have got a shot off, and then she ended up the advantage was gone and she'd lost her. She had lost the ball, then she was dispossessed. So yeah, and then as a result of that, all the Monaghan forwards were forward, if you like, and defensively then we were nearly 2v2. And
it was great ball from Helena Cummins, so to get the attack going again.
That's
from
what I mean. There's nothing as good as a long ball like that out, Paddy, out of defence. It cuts out, it cuts away a load of players instead of hand passing it. And I think Leanne Maguire maybe had no only opportunity, took the right opportunity, the right chance to foul it there, because Laura Fleming was certainly on a run.
Free comes in from Fleming and dropped over the bar. They nudge themselves ahead in this winner-take-all contest here at Smithborough this afternoon. The breeze swirls again around us. Makes life a wee bit difficult, perhaps, but certainly for us, but certainly for the players out there, because it's hard to judge. There's no doubt about that. The kick out is nipped away by Fitzgerald. A wee bit of afters there, but free taken already. Long probing ball inside, trying to get one away. And that far side is picked up by Feely. One inside looking for it, but it goes across again. The full forward there's Gavin. She wanted it, but it is knocked in and knocked over the bar.
Yeah, and she had the advantage too, because she had a free as well, Paddy. But that's the second score in a row from Laura Fleming. One from a free and one from play. And that came off the back of a Monaghan kick out. We won the kick out short, but the ball was lost around the middle of the field then. And the Roscommon are dangerous on the counter attack like that.
No doubt about that. A lot of nippy forwards on show here this afternoon in Smithborough. And the kick out's a short one once again. Supporters not overly happy, but Lockman done well. Gets it out this near side to Amy Hamill. Hamill struggling to get away from the marker. She was fouled though. And a lovely probing long pass. A dangerous one here. Maeve Monaghan picks it up once again. Tries to get away from the marker, but pass inside is easily intercepted in there by Shanahan, who's done well. Late replacement in this lineup, and then moves it quickly to Judy McDermott. McDermott again to Fleming. Out this right hand side to Hanley. We're number 13 inside to Fleming. Can she make it 3 in a row? She hits it, and she hits it wide. You were about to mark that one. It looked like all was going the right direction, but whatever breeze there was seemed to pick it away.
Must have picked it away. It's hard to judge from here, Paddy, but and there's no complaints from Laura Fleming, so she must have known herself it had gone wide. But again, a good pass to play, a turnover again in the Roscommon's defence. They're so quick on the counter attack, and very direct, which is is very good. It's very hard to defend that when it's direct and first time ball in. And it's another kick out now for Alana O'Donoghue.
Alana O'Donoghue having to wait to get the ball back into play again. The ball ended up there from that kicker. It ended up, or that shot in ended up away in the chicken houses way over there. So somebody has to go and retrieve that one. But there's a ball back in play and the game back on again. We've hit almost 16 minutes here already, remarkably. It's been end-to-end stuff. Both sides have had plenty of chances. It is advantage Roscommon, though, 4 points to 2. In front of a big crowd. I think everyone knows the enormity of today's game. The winners, they're safely through to their quarters. The losers, of course, there's relegation playoffs and things could be knocking on the door for teams, and that's always a worry. Right, that far side once again is picked up by the late replacement Jodie McQuillan from distance, and Jodie McQuillan does pop it over the bar. She's been so effective, and the ball goes to her. She's always a threat. Yeah,
I think from you can see the scores that Monaghan have got is first time direct ball in and winning it, and Jodie McQuillan with very little space gets turned, can pop it over the bar like that.
Kick out's not good. Garland gets in, gets a free kick, and this could draw sides level here. The kick out wasn't a good one. It was intercepted well, and good bit of play from Amy Garland, and it will be a free in and an opportunity here for the Monaghan side to pull things level. It's been end-to-end stuff here at Smithborough. Good surface, Steve, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great day, actually, yeah. And I, as I said, was here back in March, but we were here a couple of weeks ago. Our county under-16s played a challenge against Roscommon, actually. We played it here, so Roscommon supporters have been here a bit over the last couple of weeks and months.
That one knocked in, that one knocked over the bar for McBride.
Yeah, another good score, and again, very accurate on the frees, and she gets them in those positions. But that's what Monaghan need to do. You can really see if Chloe McBride and Jodie McQuillan get first-time ball in and get that little bit of space, they can get scores.
Sides level for a third time in this contest. The kick out isn't a good one again. Atkinson does well, gets it to McBride. She tries to get away from the marker. Looks up to see his options on. Ball recycled, intelligent play from the Farney girls as it's moved across to McQuillan. And moved across into the centre there where Breed McNally's coming through. Plenty of runners in front of Breed McNally. It's all about picking that right pass at this stage, or being patient with the ball, and they are being patient with it. There's no rush, no hassle. McNally, nice ball through the centre to Hamill. Hamill to McBride, scoring situation perhaps for her. Gets the full forward Maguire. Maguire from distance, it's going to drop into the goalkeeper's hands. And that dreaded drop short again, marked on the sheet here, but it has been turned over. Still an opportunity, and that will be a free in, and this could put Monaghan ahead in this contest. The lead has sort of changed hands a couple of times now in this one.
That was super work there, Paddy, by Lauren Garland. The ball was lost. As we said, Leanne Maguire's shot had gone short, and the determination that Lauren showed blocked the defender's kick and threw her whole body and blocked it, and then got up, picked it up, and then got fouled for this free and a chance for Monaghan to go one up.
She settles herself, drops it in, and drops it over the bar. And the local supporters happy with that one. Puts her side 5-4 up with 19 minutes played here. It's this game absolutely flying, Neve, isn't it?
Yeah, time flies and you're having fun, Paddy.
Well, that's it. It's certainly good for a Monaghan point of view at this stage as the ball's picked up again by Fitzsimmons. Lovely ball inside to the captain, Fleming. And Fleming skirts this one wide of the upright.
I think Paddy, she had a bit more time there than
she probably didn't realise.
Yeah, in fairness, Muireann Atkinson was tracking her, but again, you could just see the danger of Fleming and players like that with Roscommon on the counter attack like that. They're so fast and really fit to get running onto the ball and running off the shoulder.
The goalkeeper gets it away there on that far side. That's Alana O'Donoghue, late replacement for Orna Kelly, who was named in the starting 15. Free kick awarded, and Amy Garden went to ground onto that one, and certainly it's not scoreable from that angle perhaps for Courtney, but she'll try and engineer something. And the Hamill takes the return pass and then tries to make a bit of ground going forward with it. Gets away from the marker, she's been pulled there. The referee lets the play continue perhaps, and Erin Hagan gets it away to her full forward Gavin, deep inside her own half, mopping up the ball. Looks to see his her options, tries to get the Fleming down this right hand side. Everything seems to be going through her, back to Hanley. On this right hand side now, work to be done by Hanley, but she tries to get away from the defender. Jinx in, jinx out, and the referee has given the free against Emma Clerkin.
I actually think it's Muireann Atkinson and Paddy. It's inside. He saw it wasn't actually Muireann Atkinson and Laura Fleming. Muireann was holding on to.
Oh, he was watching inside. I was watching there.
Yeah,
I have a man's legs in front of me. A good man, Damien, or cameraman. Such is modern technology.
So,
but yeah, well, the referee was quick to see it.
Yeah, it was off the ball now. So
that's I'm on one side and Niamh, you're on the other, so that's we're covering all angles today. That's right. But certainly it's been an entertaining game so far. The neutral ball comes in and Hanley, great piece of play from her, drops it over the bar, sides level once again for a fourth time. Hanley's very, very nippy. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, she really is, and even that ball, like, it nearly went straight over the black spot. Paddy, it's just, the perfect way to take a free. Really, she's very, very skillful player.
Monaghan does well. She collects the ball there and managed to get back inside there to Lockman. Lockman, good intelligent play from her, trying to get the attack motor in here once again with Clerkin out that far side. Still has possession of the ball though, and gets it back again to the number 10 there. That is Rosemary Courtney. Work to be done by her though. The sleeves rolled up. Workmanlike performance perhaps into the centre again. Whereas Monaghan on the offensive again with Clerkin. Clerkin to Atkinson. Atkinson's got the full forward inside Maguire. Can Maguire jink away? She goes to ground. And the indiscipline of Roscommon's attacker or defence causing them problems. They give away a couple of frees they got this afternoon, Niamh, and it's proven costly for them.
It really is, yeah. And that was good patient play by Monaghan. I thought maybe Rosemary Courtney slowed it down a little bit too much there, Paddy, but she did. They were patient and give the ball to the right person in the right position. And Leanne Maguire was definitely fouled. And as you said, this is Jodie McQuillan's fourth. This will be her third free in the match. And the third point was 4.4 were her third free, and as you can see, that's Monaghan's out of the 6 points they've scored. It's four from frees.
Yeah, 6-5 it is, and a bit of an off the ball over there. We were watching the play, the kick out come, and someone went down over there, and the referee's having a word.
Muireann Atkinson's going to be in a wee bit of trouble here, Paddy, because she
seemed to come across the player, did she? Yeah. Yeah, it's a yellow card. And certainly Monaghan wouldn't want that. We've 23 minutes almost on the clock.
He showed the signal of three fouls, and I actually remember all three of them. And the last one was just the one or the second last one was the one off the ball from with Laura Fleming, that last free that Aisling Hanley scored.
And discipline from her as well, then, as well as that Roscommon defence. And but it's what you do with the extra players. I suppose that's the key, and how you develop things. And these we're into almost the last quarter, into the last quarter of this first half. Long probing ball forward. It'll be tracked back the whole way by Leanne Maguire. She'll mob up the danger and get her attack moving there. Nice ball over the top there to Brady. Brady's driving on. Back out to the far side. Hamill there. McBride lending a hand too, but Monaghan are on the offensive here. The referee gives the free again.
He was nearly in the way of the referee there, but
but there are a lot of wee niggly fouls being made.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I suppose it can, Paddy. There's a lot at stake in this match, as we mentioned at the start. So both teams are being are playing off the cuff, I suppose, and they're giving away a lot of silly frees, both sides.
Well, will be free taken out that far side. McBride, the target player there for Amy Garland. McBride still has possession of the ball, jinks away from the marker. An opportunity perhaps for McBride, cuts inside, still on the run, goes to ground. Referee looks. Umpires look.
It's wide.
One umpire says wide. Both umpires look. He's going to have a word with both umpires now, though. Eddie Colbert takes the two to the one side to have a word. And to be fair to McBride, she seemed to go down onto the challenge. The referee is given the penalty kick.
Yeah. Really good work by Chloe McBride there.
Yeah, she done well.
She did super well, and little dummy solos, and she was going to run out of space, so she did really well to get something out, because I'm not sure if she would have got a kick off. I suppose you're looking for maybe a Monaghan person to come across the box maybe and maybe try and fist it into the net. Maybe that was the opportunity, but we have a penalty here now, an opportunity for Jodie McQuillan to put Monaghan forward to the good at this stage just before half time.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, of course, our good friend Alan Gunn covering a game down in Dunleer.
right.
Emma Haggerty scored the goal, very similar to that, where she came across, lost control of the ball, and the ball spilled away from her, but she managed to get the touch on it. On this occasion, there was the foul came in on McBride, and the penalty is given, and an opportunity for Jodie McQuillan to pop this one away and certainly give her side a big advantage in this winner-take-all clash. Second place in the group up for grabs, a place in the quarter-finals up for grabs, and the referee indicates as the stopwatch back on again as McCollum steps up to take on the goalkeeper Helena Cummins. Be a right-footed one. Keeper moves a wee bit, gets a shot, and the keeper saves it. Fine save from Cummins. She guessed right over to her left and turned it away. Great save.
Great save, really, really good save. You know, and I suppose the penalty, you know, they all talk about low and hard into the corners. It probably wasn't the nice height for a keeper, it was a little bit off the ground, but a really good save, and a really, you know, she dived, she guessed the right side to go, and a really good save. So, you know, in the resulting rebound, we have Monaghan have a chance now. Chloe McBride, it's been fouled there, so an opportunity to put them for another free for her.
Massive moment in this game. You'd expect McBride would have popped this one over the bar, though. Steadies herself and certainly makes no mistake with that one.
Yeah, that's our third point now, Paddy, in this match, and second from a free. But you know, I suppose you look across the score, and you know, Monaghan had only the two scorers, standout scorers, in Chloe McBride and Jodie McQuillan, with a mixture from frees and play, and nothing else from anyone else.
McCullen's been very, very good this afternoon. There's no doubt about that. Another player being very good. Just takes possession of the ball on that far side there now, just to see is there any opportunities on. Brady driving forward, lays it back to McBride, and McBride then across to the opposite half forward, McNally. McNally then to the number 11, Amy Garland. Just to let you know, of course, as well, in case you're wondering, there is player yellow carded, that's Muireann Atkinson. Opportunity here down this left-hand side. Shot comes in from Garland.
Super score.
Dropped over the bar with ease, and that's a great score. But
Really
that's what Monaghan need to be doing. They need to be taking the opportunities.
Taking them, and I mean that's 2 points Monaghan have got now. You know, one from free, one from play since the sin bin, and that's what they need to be doing. Really capitalise on, or sorry, not let Roscommon capitalise on the extra player.
That's it. It's all to do with how you manage the game time. That's two they have, and a penalty saved incidentally in between. So certainly they're on the attack now. Roscommon know they want to try and get a score or two on the board before half time, and we're almost at that half time whistle now. Work still to be done by Greg. She gets fouled. Free kick will be awarded. Referee takes note of the name, and find that in the way of movement though in front of Greg, isn't there?
Yeah,
just all sort of standing looking at her.
She's going to go back.
She has to laterally go back to it there with Saoirse Wynne out that far side, trying to drive forward. Both sides have had a difficult league campaign. Both sides lost to Wexford in the championship. Roscommon lost by a single point, though it has to be noted as well. Nice ball inside. The Fleming shot comes in, saved by the goalkeeper, Alana O'Donoghue. She done well.
That's the point there.
And the point still goes over the bar. I was just watching there what the referee was doing, but it has went over the bar. 2-point game.
Delayed reaction. I think it was.
Everybody seemed to stop, didn't they?
Yeah, was it Rachel Fitzmaurice scored that? Number 6, I think. It's hard to know. It's actually just on the
everybody
wrong side
stopped. Everybody literally stopped as the save was made by the goalkeeper, Alana O'Donoghue. But an opportunity, a goal opportunity it was.
It really was, and I mean, in fairness, Roscommon worked it through the hands really well, and Laura Fleming did really well to get the shot off. But fair play to Alana O'Donoghue. You know, I mean, she had a lot of bodies in front of her. It would have been hard to she probably just saw it at the last minute and threw her boot out and got it saved to it. So that was a vital save. It just at this stage, just before half time, to keep that goal out was great work from Alana.
Exciting stuff here. Both sides have an opportunities. And this one. As a kick out, the referee does get the stopwatch going again, and we're into injury. Well, we're into injury time now as far as our watch is concerned. But of course, the referee does stop things, so it's a wee bit of difference from our point of view as the ball goes out that far side once again. Roscommon quick to the ball once again. Hanley jinks away from the marker. She's got Fleming inside. There's opportunities here as the ball's outside the Feely. This is promising from a a Roscommon point of view. You have to engineer someone from Hanley. And they hit that one wide again. Opportunities came there, and the opportunities have went.
Yeah, that was, again, Roscommon's very fast. The quick hands, they can get into scoring positions very, very fast. And maybe, Aisling Hanley with the left foot, maybe on the wrong side, on the left side, maybe kicked it a wee bit hastily. I've probably seen her score them in the past, Paddy, so it wasn't out of her range of all players, but it's just wide of the post, and that clocks it up for the fourth wide for Roscommon in this first half.
As the kick out comes once again through the centre. Monaghan done well to try and get away there, but it's Roscommon trying to finish with a bit of a flourish as we head towards the half-time break here. Smithborough 6 points on the board for Roscommon, 8 for Monaghan, and a missed penalty to boot. Fleming steadied herself for this one, just checks what way the breeze is blowing. It is swirling now to actually almost directly towards us here. Just takes a couple of hefty breaths just to settle the nerves. Hits this one. And hits this one over the bar. It just keeps the pressure on, doesn't it, Niamh?
Yeah, it certainly does. And another score for Laura Fleming. When that's a Monaghan kick out that should have been one, Paddy. We had it in our possession, and kind of fumbled a bit of miscommunication between two Monaghan defenders there, and the opportunity, and now that's gone in a point in just before half time.
Ball out the far side, work to be done. Still for Monaghan's defence. It's not a great kick out, and the pressure's back on again. And the challenge comes in, a bit of defending there to move the ball away, and that was just what was needed there as Monaghan turn it over here in these latter stages out that far side to Courtney. Referee does blow the half-time whistle. Very little in the way of additional time, but has to be said. 8 points to 7. There's nothing between them, and there will not be anything between them at the end of this game. It's going to be very close. It's
going to be very close. I think, as we mentioned there, I suppose Monaghan, with losing Muireann Atkinson at the 23rd minute, they scored 2 points. Obviously let Laura Fleming score that last free, and you said missed the penalty, but I suppose it was good enough to go in the next couple of minutes of this second half down to 14 as well. But yeah, it's going to be tit for tat, and I suppose you feel whatever team scores the goal could push on from there, but at the moment both teams had opportunities to get goals, didn't take them, but we're going in with a Monaghan leading at 1 point at half time.
A few words being offered of advice to Eddie Colbert over there by one of the sideline officials, but here as we take a break at Smithborough and the young people get on the pitch to help some half-time games, it is Monaghan who have the advantage. 8 points, Roscommon 7. We'll be back in a few minutes.
A lot can happen in just 1 second. Winning goal, winning save, perfect tackle, clever flick, good call from the ref, great shout from the line. The county title after 30 years, a long wait over, in just 1 second. It's a game of seconds. Glorious seconds. Genius in split seconds. They're great players. Just 1 second. The difference between a good decision and a bad one. A lost temper, frustrated shout, that gut reaction. We've all done it, and we're never proud. But we can do better. We all can. Sideline, dressing room, meeting room, all places of passion where split-second decisions are made. Good ones, bad ones, some days not so calm ones. It's instinct, we know, because we love it. We just don't think. But we have to. Of others, of our players, of our game. Think before we act.
Take a second, catch your breath. Collect yourself, don't regret. Take a second to make the right call for ladies Gaelic football.
all to play for here at Smithborough as the clouds roll in. It's they're changing a wee bit. Niamh Kinlan joins us again today. Niamh, it's changing a wee bit, but it hasn't changed the intensity of this game. 8 points to 7 in favour of the home side. It's going to be a big half for either of them.
Yeah, definitely a big half, Paddy. And as you said, it has got that wee bit darker. And as we look ahead, it looks very black looking overhead. So we hope we'll get some of them really bad showers we've had during the week. But as you said, it's not going to dampen the mood here in the sense that this really is do or die, and the two teams. And obviously Monaghan going out in this half for the next 3 or 4 minutes without down to 14 players, with Muireann Atkinson still on the yellow card.
Yeah, that's right. And of course a couple of half times to give you as well elsewhere. We'll check on those in a moment. Once we get this play up and running again, the ball breaks round the centre of the park. Monaghan having to defend now the goals to your left hand side. The breeze now coming probably more towards us than it had been in this contest. And it's out that far side to Fleming, who's been absolutely superb for Roscommon this afternoon. An early opportunity here to get things levelled back to Fleming. Referee almost getting involved there. The return pass comes to her. She's a lot of time, but eventually gets the free. Yeah, but she took her time there.
Yeah, she did, and I suppose she was a bit in two minds of what to do. But she knew that she was going to. She drew the free, and I suppose it was a bit. She wasn't going to do any damage there, and it was a bit of a silly free to give away from Monaghan.
Dublin easily beaten Cavan. Elsewhere, it is Clare 1-4, Tyrone 1-4, Tipperary 2-1, and Galway 1-7. Thanks to Kieran for those Africans on the far side, out for 45. And a lot to do with game management this one today, isn't it, Niamh? We know last couple of weeks has been, we've saw teams get into a lead and hold on to things and then make the key substitutions at the right time. Monaghan's options are limited. Roscommon looked to have quite a big bench, quite a few experienced players in that bench as well. So it could maybe not work in favour of Monaghan as this game wears on, but maybe the change in weather might actually help them.
Yeah,
it's got cooler.
Yeah, it definitely has gotten a little bit cooler. And as I said, the darkness of the clouds, it's not as bright as it was. But still, in all, I suppose you're looking at Monaghan. Yeah, there's I suppose a small numbers on the bench, but neither teams have opted to make any change at this stage in the match. Darren and Paddy, and it'll make for fresh legs for either team coming in making subs. Absolutely,
it's going to be an intense battle here at Smithborough. Fine appointed ground, as we said earlier on, just across the border from County Fermanagh. Courtney on the far side, trying to get away from the marker. 2 coming out to meet her, including the number 3 there, or number 2, Aaron Hagan. Still has possession of the ball, back to McQuillan. McQuillan back out again, and this is good from a Monaghan point of view. They're holding the ball, but the Roscommon defence, who have been assured, continue to hold their own. The more time that Monaghan have on the ball, the better for them. Looked like a throw ball from now number 6 Lockman, but she got away with it. Yeah, and play is still out that far side with McQuillan. He's been very, very good in the score so far. Great bit of play again out that far side in the distance. The referee says that it's going to be a free. And it's going to be a free for Monaghan, and it is going to be Muireann Atkinson coming back in again. So they've weathered the storm. Yeah, they really have. And this is an opportunity to push Monaghan another point up with Jodie McQuillan, and really good work there by Lauren Garland again. Lauren's really dangerous when she gets the ball in those positions. She's a great way of winning a free, Paddy. She's a great way of knack of drawing a free. And that's Jodie McQuillan now, her 5th point in the match and her 4th from a free, and puts Monaghan 2 up. Very important scoreline here this afternoon. The advantage still with Monaghan, coming up to 4 minutes of this second half. Gloves being prepared on the far side. Referee stops the stopwatch as well, and referee today, incidentally, Eddie Colbert. Did award a penalty in the first half, no real doubt about that. Wasn't scored though. It was well saved by the Roscommon goalkeeper Helena Cummins. She done well. And this potentially is a worry here for the Roscommon manager on the far side. He'll be considering his options, of course. There's a couple of players warming up. Quite an intense warm-up for one of the players on the far side. Monaghan have had their difficulties, of course, this year, Niamh, as well. Change in management after the National League. Hugh Donnelly remains, of course, and he's joined now by Pat McGill. So, it hasn't been a great transition year, really.
No, it really hasn't. And, as I said, the team themselves are going through that transition, but it didn't help when you're changing management midway through the year, and, and that certainly didn't help things. But, it's in fairness to the players, they're still plugging away, they're still trying, doing the best they can for the Monaghan team in the Monaghan jersey.
If they can get through into a quarter-final or assured of intermediate football next year, whatever happens, and that's key for this developing group. Roscommon, of course, will have eyes on the bigger prize, of course, as well, going forward. One of the sides that many people talked about before the start of the National League, but didn't go to plan for them. Again, a lot of transition. Players coming and going. As Monaghan going the offensive, there's limited options, not much in the way of support. She has to basically go it alone out there, Courtney, and she gets the free for a trouble.
Yeah, that was really good. But she took the ball 40-50 yards there, Paddy, out of the Monaghan's defence and out of the danger area for Monaghan. And you're right, she didn't have any support, and all she could do was draw a free at that stage.
McQuillan on the far side. Back it comes again to the number 6, Lockman. Lockman back again, and Monaghan just have players queuing up. Back it goes then to Garland. Garland, nice ball inside, opportunity, and McQuillan pops it over the bar. And all of a sudden, with her 6 point, that sort of opens the gap and leaves them very much in control, Niamh, doesn't it?
And again, it's the same thing, Paddy. The simple things is working. Getting it into those scoring, into those players like Chloe McBride and Jodie McQuillan's in the scoring positions, and that's really important. And she did really well there. Only had got the ball and got her opportunity and took the shot. So a really good score, and it's pushed Monaghan into 3 up.
Shona Brady with a challenge there on 1, and it will be a free out as the weather certainly is taking a turn around us here. And we were joking earlier on about make sure you have a jumper with you. They were asking, why do you need a jumper today? Been this game too long, Niamh, without taking a jumper with you. I tell you one thing. And the referee Eddie Colbert awards the free. Certainly it will be a substitution as well on the far side. It's a double substitution for Roscommon. I'd like to see who is coming in there now. Niamh, you're going for the coat.
I am, yeah, it's just getting a bit breezy here.
There you are. Number 5 has been withdrawn from a Roscommon point of view, and that number 5 is Judy McDermott. She's replaced by number 22, Lauren Shanaher, coming in, and there's another change as well.
14's gone, Paddy.
14's away as well, and so Aisling Shanaher and Lauren Shanaher both on there now, and there's another change, and we'll wait to see what number it is as Gerson Roscommon go on the offensive here down that right hand side. An opportunity, shot comes in from distance, and it does pop over the bar. Good score. Yeah,
good score from Aisling Feely there, and it sort of came out of nothing, kind of, Paddy. She just got that wee bit of space and popped it over her left foot, and it was you even sounded in your voice, it nearly think it was going to possibly drop in over the bar. Yeah, it was or under the net, shall I say. And
the breeze really has picked up now, and that's going to cause a few problems, I'm sure. Certainly judging things as the kick out comes from the Monaghan goalkeeper. That is Alana O'Donoghue, replacement for Orna Kelly. It's a good layout, it's a good kick out though, and Brie McNally goes to ground. Will be a free, and a free here for Monaghan, literally on the halfway line. Just looking across there, plenty of positional switches, Niamh, isn't there? A lot of movement with them, all around. And Darren's getting the coat, or Damien's getting the coat on too. Good man, Damien. Nothing's happening, Damien. You're safe enough, and I'm going to stick on a coat too, just in case.
We're going to turn everyone off, and there's still loads of people sitting out on the outside the stands. They haven't been deterred by the dark clouds.
They have not, but you see, when you get to a certain age, the dark clouds are very foreboding.
Back on, Paddy, we're not on the
I'm saying nothing, but anyway, it's Monaghan on the offensive here. They'll be happy enough with that when the effort comes in from distance by Garland. Comes up the upright and comes back out into play again. Who reacts quickest to this one? Challenge comes in, that would be a free. And that referee, well, despite the appeals from the Roscommon side over there on the right hand side, it will be a free, and it will be a Monaghan opportunity for McBride. Been very impressed by Chloe McBride this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely, Paddy, and that was just a bit of cuteness there too. She was quick to react at the ball coming off the crossbar, and she just got her body in front of the Roscommon player, and all she needed was that little nudge, and she fell forward. And I mean, the referee can have no other only thing to give a free.
And she takes that free, and it just keeps them ahead, 11 points to 8. McBride's certainly player to watch this year. Along with midfielder Amy Hamill, they've been very, very good. And Hamill is actually getting into a position to try and avoid this kick out or stop this kick out. Plenty of pressure being put on the kick out by Cummins. Saved a penalty in the first half. Ball breaks on that far side. Roscommon trying to transition up the park with a bit of energy. Wayward pass out to Shanahan, can't get a touch onto it. The referee says the challenge come in, and it will be a free actually to Roscommon. Almost directly in front of us here. Nice pass back. There's a wee bit of urgency you can see coming into the game, Roscommon, as well as they're trying to engineer openings for themselves.
Yeah.
And Hugh Donnelly's not happy with that, and the far side his reaction there was priceless. He threw the hands up to heaven, and it will be a free for Roscommon. They're still in the coattails, and that's, for their point of view, that's key for them.
Yeah, and as I said before half time, Paddy, you feel like the team that gets the goal could push on from here. And yes, Monaghan's tipping away at the points and getting frees. You feel that Roscommon, there could be a goal in them yet, and Monaghan have to be very tight and be very careful in the back.
And of course, the points are key this afternoon too. Should it come to the shootout scenario in the latter stages of this one, the team that does, if it did end level, the team that scored the most points would qualify from the group. So it is quite intense this afternoon. That's all to play for. Someone's season could come to a crunching, well, not a halt, but certainly a worry in terms of a relegation playoff as it stands. So Monaghan are in the driving seat towards the All-Ireland Football Championship quarter-finals, where they would finish second in the group and meet a team above them from a winning position. Four runners up, of course. Shot comes in, and that's a super score from Maguire.
Yeah, that was really good work there again by Lauren Garland, or Amy Garland, that was that time. And her work rate, when she wins the ball, she'll draw a free or she'll get it. She actually had the advantage with the referee as well, and she just popped it off to Leanne Maguire at the right moment, and she broke through and scored a point. So a really good score, and that's just put it to the 4.
Absolutely, she's been excellent this afternoon. There's been 3 or 4 very good performances this afternoon from both sides. A lot of people now gathering into the stand just around us. Apologies if you hear any choice language, it won't be me or Neve, but you never know at this stage. As Monaghan go on the offensive out this right-hand side, McBride, those white boots shining in the growing gloom around us. Nice pass over the top again, and Monaghan are patient with the ball. Reid McNally, confident pass on that far side. It's a long pass, it's intercepted, it's a dangerous one. She took the risk, and it's one away, knocked away there from Maeve Monaghan. An opportunity for the Fleming to drive forward here. It's an opportunity for Roscommon. She takes away from the challenge. She goes to ground. It will be a free, and it could be a card as well, perhaps. Depending on what way the referee looks at it. But the pass out the far side was a confident pass, but it had to be, and it just didn't make the ground. But what a great bit of play there from Erin Hagan to get in there. Yeah, and it is a yellow card, and that's a big blow for Monaghan.
Big blow
for Monaghan.
Yeah, big blow is right, Paddy. Like, that was I was just before that the shot or the pass across the middle of the field. I was just saying Monaghan was seemed to lack a wee bit of urgency. I thought, why don't they keep capitalising, not trying to hold on to the ball. We're not going to hold on to this lead, for the last 15-20 minutes. So push on, try and get in a score. And it was a bit lethargic back and forward here. And then that pass was a silly pass across the middle and got cut out, and really good work. And I suppose Maeve Monaghan had no other opportunity. She was afraid to give away a goal. But it ends up now, Monaghan's down to 14 players, and an opportunity for Aisling Hanley.
The referee was looking there as well. I think he was taking a note of another name. Somebody was trying to talk themselves into the book there. By the looks of things, as Hanley steps up to hit this one. She's been very, very good so far. That cap, incidentally, of course, I suppose it's to do with concussion, but if you have an issue, it's the right thing to do. Dropped in and dropped over the bar.
Yeah. That's her third point in the match, Paddy, second from a free. And so Monaghan really need to be disciplined here. We're down to the disadvantage of down to 14 players, and we need to be really you talked about game management there, during we have to be really, really good at their game management now for the next 10 minutes and for the rest of this match.
That's twice they've been down to the 13 player or the 14 players as well. That's a consideration to look at going forward. Whatever happens, a wee bit of indiscipline we talked about from Roscommon in the first half. It's showing its teeth in this one here as well for Monaghan in this second half. Referee going to hop the ball in front of us. Fine view of Eddie Culbert's back there for you. Good official, I have to say, and the bulk of the officialdom this year, certainly through the National League and through the Championship, has been good. Interpretation of the rules, of course, is always difficult for the match officials. It's a straight battle there between Atkinson and Fleming, the two skippers picking it up, and Atkinson holds it up in the air, netball style. That's the referee, lets the play continue though. She held on to the ball a wee bit perhaps too long as Hamill gets it away and then goes to the ground. Atkinson onto the challenge, and the referee says she was challenged illegally, and it will be wasn't Atkinson actually went down, it was Garland went down, and referee stopping a moment here just to settle things down. In the meantime, you keep talking, Eve, because I'm going to stick on this jumper.
Yeah. No, but just on that last, I suppose the crowd around us weren't too happy there with Muireann Atkinson. I suppose she held the ball, as you said, netball style up in the air. She definitely probably took maybe more than the aforementioned 4 steps. So they weren't too happy, but it's an opportunity now. Monaghan have a free in, and you hope that Lauren Garland, she's getting her ankle checked, so we hope that they'll be okay and that she'll be fit to continue, because she's been a real key asset in this Monaghan game so far.
Absolutely. Jumpers on. People around us going blue with Kyle. So that is terrible. Change of weather completely, but we're into the last quarter. I think there's going to be a change in the far side. The referee's looking across anyway. He's making sure that Garland is okay. He's just taking his time. Having a word with Muireann Atkinson over there as well.
But yeah, discipline's going to be key as well. And Paddy, you mentioned there, like obviously that's the second Monaghan player to be sin bin, but last week it was against Wexford. I think the two teams ended up down to 12 players at one stage. You know, I think at one, like for a short moment, there was someone sin binned and there was someone else just gone off at the.
Wexford have been impressive, haven't they, Niamh?
They have been for the last couple of years, Paddy. Under Lizzie Kent has been a brilliant. She came in interim manager back in 2019 or 2020 and has done really, really well with them, and a really good girl and really good manager as well, and has really good support from the players.
Atkinson, this is free away. Nice ball over the top. Lovely intelligent play there to Rosemary Courtney. It will be another free. And Atkinson, intelligent play from her, just settling things down, calming things down, and rightly so as we ended the last quarter of this one. And you've a 12-9 lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dangerous lead, but still it's a lead, and that's the key.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Mon need to do. Just be smart, draw the frees, put the ball down, be smart there. Like I think Rosie for a second there, Rosie Courtney maybe was thinking of going short and quick. But that ball went very high.
Very, very high, and eventually very, very wide in the end up. But you could see what she was doing because the breeze was swirling there. So
yeah, she
kick
was
out.
Kick it into it.
Kick out from Cummins. No one wants it cleanly round the middle, but Fleming's made a great run through the centre and is picked up there by Feely. Feely has opportunities. Fleming wants it inside. The referee says it's a foul. Could have been easily went the other way for over carrying, but it is a free in from close range. I suppose from a Fleming point of view, she's been very, very effective this afternoon.
Yeah, she certainly has. And
she's always a runner too, isn't she? She's always off the shoulder looking for the pass.
She really is, and you could see like Muireann Atkinson was tracking her there, tracking the run there as well, and she's very fit, Laura, and you have to track her run because if she gets on the ball, she's so dangerous.
Hefty breathing again, back to goals, side on, and then gets the shot away and drops it over the bar. Resolute ease, I have to say. 2-point game now, 12-10.
Yeah, I think we had a sub on there for Roscommon, Paddy, at number 9. Niamh Fitzgerald is gone, and I think it's 25 came in, if she wasn't already in. Ruth Cox.
Okay.
Just happened there, just as that free, before that free was taken.
And the kick out isn't a good one then as well, and Ruth Cox comes in there. She is wearing number 25. Pressure being put now on O'Donoghue. Fleming closing in around her as well. And the keeper decides to do a Rory Began and get up the field a wee bit. It's not often you see it in ladies football, but certainly it's very prevalent in the men's game. The keeper puts it back to her own goal mouth. I haven't seen that before, and that's novel. Wouldn't happen in your day.
For the heart, definitely not.
Ball knocked on, lovely piece of play here from Monaghan as they try and build from the back here once again with Lockman in there, mopping up the loose ball and getting her full forward. Maguire on the ball as well. We're playing very, very deep. Pass out the far side, and the only player up looking for it forward is McBride. It will go her direction. It's going to open up for Chloe McBride. She's got an opportunity. She just spins away and drives that one in, but drives it wide. But it was a great opportunity, but she was the only option there.
Yeah, and she did really well to win that ball against two Roscommon players, Paddy, and did really well. And it's just unfortunately the shot didn't go away, and it was a wide. And it's the second wide from Chloe in the last couple of minutes.
Fitzmaurice driving forward, gets it inside the Fleming, but well intercepted there. And Atkinson in there to mop up the loose ball. Lovely bit of play there for Breed McNally to get that pass away and to get their hand in rather, and gets Maguire on the ball once again. McBride has made the same trademark run through the centre. It's with Maguire on the far side where number 14 laid back over there, and again Monaghan have players coming forward with Courtney looking up to see his options on. McQuaid's in there. She's been top notch today, 6 points for her so far. Lays it back this time though into the middle for Amy Garland. Garland's got Atkinson out this side. Roscommon being stretched and pulled in all directions here in these latter stages of this contest as the ball comes in from Maguire, and that's a glorious point from Leanne Maguire. Indeed, potentially point of the day. That one.
Former teammate of mine, Amara Clune, Paddy, and you know when she's on form, my God, she can score both feet, or score points from both feet, right and
lovely
left.
Score.
And, you know that's the perfect position she is in getting the ball on the run like that, and really good score.
22 minutes on the clock, 13 points to 10. Still dangerous lead. And a contest where there's absolutely nothing between the sides. Sides finished 13 points apiece in the league encounter back in February. And there was nothing between them that day. And this was always going to be the key game in terms of this group after Wexford pulled clear. Again, it's out that far side, and again it is with Courtney, who's been ever running in this contest up and down that lane all afternoon. Lays it back neatly, and all of a sudden there's opportunities here for McBride inside. She's looking for it there again, but it won't come across this near side, and well intelligent play to Maguire. Maguire drives it in, and Maguire drives it over the bar.
Another great score, and that was really again patient work there from Monaghan. And you know I could see Leanne Maguire coming up on the weak side or on the opposite side, and good intelligent play from I think it was Rosemary Courtney, I think, that passed the ball across.
Rosemary Courtney from the far side. Player down injured now around us and directly in front of us. Hugh Donnelly barking instructions out there as well to his players. We're in the closing stages of this one now. It's going to be tense to the very end here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And Monaghan just had to keep doing what they're doing, Paddy. 22 minutes gone, or nearly in the 23rd minute, and you know, keep doing what they're doing. Keep plugging away. Don't try and sit back and defend the lead, because that's when teams like Roscommon can be most dangerous. So really good. Really need to keep pushing up on the kickouts and keep playing the way they have been.
Well, Clare running away with that game down the country. It is now Clare 2-8, Tyrone 1-5, well into the second half in that one. Dead rubber, of course, was all about positioning in that one, where you finish in the group. Get the draw, of course. Team number one will play a runner-up. Ball out through the centre here, once again picked up by the number 7 from Monaghan, McNally, and immediately turning it into attack on that far side. Pass back out again then to Atkinson. She's been very good today. She's worked hard. Your captain's performance threaded through the middle. Foul comes in, and it will be a free. And it's about Monaghan game management now and seeing this one out as they lead 14 points to 10.
Yeah, absolutely, and keep doing that, drawing the frees, keep getting opportunities and keep pushing up on the kickouts. I think that's really important that Monaghan continue to do that for the next 8 or 9 minutes.
There are plenty of people around us now in the stand. I think everybody feels the rain coming on. There's a wee spot or two, certainly.
It warms up the stand a bit, Paddy, too.
That's
a bit more
not too
bodies
bad.
around us.
Not too bad. It's not, put it against, it's not February. That's it, anyway, that's for sure. But certainly, and credit to the Smithburg club that made the effort this week to get this game on. They've done a great job as the shot comes in from McQuillan. McQuillan hits this one wide, and there's I think there's changes been made there. I'm not going to cross to see. I hear a few announcements being made, but can't make them out from this distance. Kick out comes from Cummins, trying to get her attack away, but they find themselves 4 points down. A gross of Monaghan players in there taking the loose ball. Opportunities coming their way as Courtney takes it up once again. She's got players around her again, lending support to her centre back Lockman. Back to Atkinson. Atkinson down through the 45, lays it back to McBride. McBride thought about there for a split second, going for the score. I think she realised where she was, and as Lockman puts it through the centre. Good opportunity again from distance from Courtney. Drops into the hands of the goalkeeper. There'll be a few of those this afternoon, that's for sure. But they have the advantage. The keeper's under pressure. Helena Cummins, but she does well to clear her lines out that far side. And they are trying to move the ball up the park once again. Both sides having plenty of ball in this second half, and I think Monaghan are making a change, are they? No,
that's Maeve Monaghan back in.
Maeve Monaghan back on again. Go the gloves on now. Yeah. Just checking to see what the referee was saying or doing. Ball's out that far side again. It's Roscommon with Feeney trying to thread it through to Fleming. Fleming seems to just be the target player today, and it's not going her way as it's back out that far side once again. There's several players inside for Fleming to try and hit with this long ball. They need a goal at this stage as we hit the 27th minute. It's getting near that time. Do or die stuff. Ball inside, and the ball knocked away. Monaghan, and will be a free out, and certainly a goal now for Roscommon will be a key score. Don't forget, of course, it's if it does end up level, it's the amount of points scored on the day that counts, so that could come into play in this one. It is starting to rain now, plenty of gloves being handed out around us. Change being made, I think, from Roscommon on the far side. Yeah. But it's all about just holding out here now, isn't it, from a Monaghan point of view? And they have controlled, they have been good.
They have been good, and they controlled it in the right stages, and been down to 14 players at 2 different occasions, Paddy, and they've certainly, their game management has been very, very good.
It is one of the Shanahers away, the number 21. That is Aisling Shanaher, who started the game. The kick out almost causes problems, but well read by a confident goalkeeper. Alana O'Donoghue has certainly come into her own today. She's done well. This is promising from Monaghan to try and get the ball up the park once again. Clerkin under a bit of pressure. It will be a free for Monaghan. And certainly no one would want to be meeting this Monaghan side now. Their tails up, that's for sure. They've worked hard. They've shown great commitment, some great forward play this afternoon.
Oh my God!
this dangerous back passing seems to be worrying, especially with the likes of Fleming there, who's so sharp.
And like the wind we just talked about, these crossfield passes they got caught. Manini got Monaghan caught out earlier on. So
Courtney on the far side, bit of work to be done. The referee gives a free, and Courtney will try and get back up on their feet. 28 minutes on the stopwatch as we look out here in these latter stages of this Group B game. This is the LGFA coverage of the Intermediate Football Championship, the TG4, a big flash of lightning in the distance there. Damien, I hope you're not wearing anything metal, but I see it over there in the distance. I hope it seems to be going in the opposite direction, but a big roll of thunder around us, but we might escape perhaps, and we hopefully will in these latter stages of this contest. thanks, of course, to Damien, and thanks to Yvonne in the studio, and of course to you as well, Niamh, for coming along this afternoon. It's been an interesting journey from a Monaghan point of view. They curled that one in, and they have curled it over the bar.
Yeah, that's it. Another, and actually, just as I watched Jolie take that kick, she back in March, she scored the free from that exact spot to equalise that vital equalising point in the league back in
7th
March.
point of the afternoon too.
Yeah.
And the ball going forward, can they finish a bit of a flourish here? They certainly have played the football in this game. Back to McQuillan. McQuillan drops it in, drops short into the hands of goalkeeper Helena Commons. We also have to remember, of course, they did miss a penalty, and that effort has went over the bar on the far side. Well, I don't say they missed the penalty. Helena Commons made a great save, and that's a good score on that far side from Courtney.
And that just pushed it out of the danger numbers, Paddy, in the sense of 6 points up now, and that them last couple of scores have been vital for Monaghan, just to put that extra daylight between the teams.
Coming up to 29 minutes, referee wants the play held up a few seconds. Just checking on 2 players there in front of us who have picked up knocks. Coverage of the quarterfinals, of course, to come here on their live coverage of the LGFA Championship at TG4 LGFA Championship quarterfinals on the 9th of July. A wee break now for the teams. Senior Championship, of course. Junior Championship continues next weekend. It's the business end of the season as the referee indicates the stopwatch is back on again. In these latter minutes, we have played the normal time now. We're on to his time, but he has stopped, of course, in these closing stages. Ball out that far side. Work still to be done from a Monaghan point of view to see this one out, but they are 6 points ahead, and you can't see them being caught now.
No, you can't, and you can, as you look out, Paddy, every Monaghan player is inside their own 45 now, obviously not wanting to give away a goal or concede anything at this late stage.
Massive boost for Monaghan if they can get out of this one this afternoon. They're looking like they're going to. They've given away a free though.
I think Hugh Donnelly wasn't too happy with that one again. He's a bit of acrobatics there again.
And of course, it's all about goals at this stage. Not the first time, of course, we'd have seen a couple of late goals in games to 1 games. The referee wants a new ball.
Okay.
Roscommon to get it up onto the park. They know times against them here. We're into the closing stages of this one. This All-Ireland Intermediate Football Championship group game. Ball laid back, and they have to engineer something. Roscommon have everybody up. Monaghan have everybody back. The pass inside there to Feeney. Knocked away, an opportunity for the break to get the ball up the park, as referee will no doubt look at a stopwatch now. It'll tell him there's almost 32 played from our watch anyway, but he will have stopped the play. The referee gives the free out, and any pressure that was coming on Monaghan has eased. The referee has stopped the watch again.
I think one of the busiest players or people on the field there has been Mark Doherty, the Monaghan physio. He's been in and out quite often.
Yeah.
I think obviously, again, it's probably a little bit of game management too on Monaghan's behalf, just to sort of try and slow the clock. And I know it doesn't. I know the clock stops, but just slow momentum, shall I say?
How important is this result today for Monaghan football after last year's disappointment?
Yeah, a massive lift. Paddy, obviously the Ulster Championship was something that you were hoping that could at least get to an Ulster final and create a bit of a buzz in the county, and that obviously didn't work out. Two lost in the Ulster Championship, and then the management left, and it was a lot of soul searching for the players and for the county board probably, and for the county in itself, and the worry of the fact that maybe you were looking at junior football. But thankfully the girls have put the shoulder to the wheel. They have done, and Hugh Donnelly and his management set up, and really vital win. And
they've retained their league place and they've retained their championship spot, whatever happens.
And it's small goals that you have to set, and they are certainly the goals the man would have set. And you can look at bigger things down the line, but these goals are very important. And there's a late substitute there. I think it's Holly McQuaid coming on.
Yeah, just
coming on.
Monaghan supporters. Good performance from Chloe McBride here to pick a player of the match. Would you call anybody out there? I know it's unofficial, but we'd just like to hear what your thoughts are.
I suppose, and you have to look at Jodie McQuillan, some of the scores, the free she's got. She scored 7 points she scored Three from play was very, very good. I think, to be honest, I would say Lauren Garland. I think Lauren Garland across the board, Paddy, was, she scored a point. She also created, I think, a lot of those chances that Chloe and the frees that Chloe and Jodie scored. She created them. She worked up and down the field. She covered probably every inch of grass. So I was really, really impressed with her. But I thought also I want to give mention to Emma Clerkin, had a tough job in getting a marking job and marking Aisling Hanley, and we know what damage Aisling Hanley can do. She's done really well, really, really well. And equally, obviously, Laura Fleming had to be another player, was well marshalled. She still scored 4 points today on the Roscommon side, 3 from frees and 1 from play. And Lena Cummins was good in goals, kept clean sheet, and saved the penalty at a vital stage in the game just before half time for Roscommon. Got in, could have went in 4 down, ended up only going in just a 1 down at half time. So
yeah, that's it. Like, it was only the 8-7 at half time. There was still plenty of work to be done, but credit to Monaghan. They came out strong in this one. 2 points just after the break from McQuillan, opened it up to 10, and to be fair, they've never really looked back as a referee. Really deep into injury time now. Lets the play continue.
Blow it there, actually,
so did I. But he's very deep into injury time now. Almost 35 minutes played, and it's stop-start really in these closing stages. And it's just really holding the agony on Roscommon at this stage as they trail 16 points to 10. Long ball in, and that you would expect could be near enough it, because the ball's over the top here once again. There's a race for possession. It's a race back there by Niamh Feeney. She's done, or by the 17 coming in there, the substitute. That is Thompson. Ball outside. It's almost won back there by Hanley. But that's, or Hamill, and that is it over. And I have to say, a comprehensive performance from Monaghan. At times they had to work hard, but good performance overall from Monaghan, and they're safely through. I think
probably the standout. The key thing for Monaghan today was their game management, and I think that's across the board from the players on the pitch and on the sideline. It was really, really vital that, as I said, 2 stages they went down to 14 players, and they never looked like they were down to 14 players, and that was really well done by them. The work rate in that second half, they had to come out and kick on, and they really did, and scored 8 points in the second half and to Roscommon's 3. So that was the key winning in the game. And got the scores when they needed them. So yeah, a great comprehensive win. They can sort of relax a little bit now, and let's see, the world is our oyster now.
Well,
and push on.
They're in the championship quarter final. They'll remain in intermediate football next year unless they've won the All Ireland, of course. But that's what it was all about today. It was getting the scores on the board. 16 points to 10. It is finished here at Smithborough. Good performance from Hugh Donnelly and McGill's team this afternoon. Good performance from Monaghan. They're safely through. Disappointment for Roscommon. Not the end of the road for them yet, of course, from their point of view. But for Monaghan, they're into the quarter-final. Second in the group behind Wexford. They will take on a winning team from some of the other groups. So plenty of football still to be played by the Farney side. Thanks to Damien, thanks to Yvonne, thanks to you, Niamh, as well. And for everybody here in Smithborough, they've been very, very good to us once again. And for now, Slán.
What can happen in just 1 second? Winning goal, winning save, perfect tackle, clever flick, good call from the ref, great shout from the line. The county title, after 30 years, a long wait over, just 1 second. It's a game of seconds. Glorious seconds. Genius in split seconds. They're great players. Just 1 second. The difference between a good decision and a bad one. A lost temper, frustrated shout. That gut reaction. We've all done it. And we're never proud. But we can do better. We all can. Sideline, dressing room, meeting room, all places of passion where split-second decisions are made. Good ones, bad ones, some days not so calm ones. It's instinct, we know, because we love it. We just don't think. But we have to. If others of our players, of our game. Think before we act.
Take a second, catch your breath. Collect yourself, don't regret. Take a second to make the right call for ladies Gaelic football.